Okay, welcome back. I hope I answered all the questions you needed in our Zoom class. I know I spoke about the final test and how you're going to be doing presentations. And I did say that anything from, one of the things you can do is anything from the book. This could be one of them. You guys could do a presentation about her wall about before I die, or her first wall, which is what we're going to be doing here. The I wish this was. So again, I know you may still have quick questions about what you need to do for your final, but of course the first thing you should do is make a group, and in your group choose what you guys want to do. Now, again, I know that this is supposed to be a class video on reading, but I just wanted to talk about this first. I just want to be clear that it can be any topic in the book or any topic from the TED site, ted.com, or, as I said in the Zoom class, teach me about your major. Tell me about it, tell me more. Again, the choices are yours, and of course, yes, you will need to be seen. Okay, whether it's live on Zoom or your group chooses to do a video, I not only need to hear your voices, I also need to see your faces. So, again, I know that there are questions, and I've already gotten quite questions from some of the students in the LMS. So I'll do my best to answer as quickly as I can, but please send me an email or use Kakao. I will get your question quicker that way. I do check LMS, but Kakao and email, of course, is immediate. I'll immediately see it. All right, so enough about the final presentations. Let's get on with what this video should be. Class video 8, reading. And like I said, last time in the TED Talk video, she was talking about the project she did before I die, but that project came after her first one, I wish this was, and that's what this is going to be. This reading is about the I wish this was. All right, let's move on. As usual, I need to do this. Okay. And there it is. There's an example plus you can see from the back here. I should have said that at the very start of the video. This is an image I found. Right. So again, as I said in the TED Talk video, she had looked at some abandoned building and put up stickers. I wish this was, and people wrote what they wished the building was. Okay, skim, just quickly go over it. You don't have to read the whole thing. We're actually going to listen to it. But skim just means quickly. Okay, skim the passage on pages 53 and 54. What do you think it's about? So basically, usually remember, it's asking you what's the main point here? What is it that they're trying to tell you? And usually the main point comes at the start. Usually the start of anything is letting you know what it is you're going to be reading about. And also in B, quickly read the first and second paragraphs. What kind of art do you think Candy Chang makes? And C, why do you think people are writing on the stickers? You're not all going to have the same answers, but this is a type of question where, yes, answers will not be the same, but they'll be close. Okay, so you know what you need to do. Pause your video now for as long as you need. Okay, welcome back. So you should have already answered these. And C, this is, we're going to go over it. But again, it is answers will vary, meaning answers will not be the same. But I think we can all agree closely as to what we think it is. But first, let's do A. Okay, this passage is mainly about C, an art project in a neighborhood. What is the art project name? I wish that this was. That's what it is. Okay, so you quickly read the first and second paragraphs. And what kind of art do you think Candy Chang makes? Okay, the kind of art that Candy Chang makes is art that people can interact with. I wish that this was, before I die, I want to, the same thing, writing what they want to do before they die and what they wish this abandoned building was. So, looking at the photo, whether this is the photo behind me or this one, they're actually talking about the one in the book. Why do you think people are writing on the stickers? And of course, the answers will vary, but basically they're writing, they're looking at this abandoned building and they're just writing down what they wish the building was. That's what I think. All right, so the answers here are C, B, and then whatever you think. All right. So now we're getting into, basically these are pronouns. Gyeongsan, right? So again, it's from the reading. So before we read, we're going to go over this. So we haven't read it yet, but in paragraph 1, it used to be a grocery store. What is it? She paints, writes messages, and puts stickers on them. What are them? She wanted them to think about what could be there instead. Who are them? Okay, this is part of a sentence, not the whole sentence. Ones that truly meet the needs of residents. Ones, what are those? Again, these are pronouns. What are the nouns? Demyongsa would be pronoun, myongsa would be noun. Okay, again, for as long as you need, pause the video now. Okay, you should be back. You already answered all of these. What is it that they're talking about? What is it? Them, ones. All right, here we go. It used to be a grocery store, an old building. If you wrote abandoned building, that's fine too. She paints, writes messages, and puts stickers on them. outside walls of vacant buildings. On the walls, on the buildings, that's okay. On the abandoned buildings. Okay, she wanted them to think about what could be there instead. Residents, people. Ones that truly meet the needs of residents. But now, residents, I just want to be clear, residents means people who live in the area. Cities. All right, so if you need to pause, go ahead and write this down. Go ahead for as long as you need. Okay, you have unpaused, meaning you've written what you needed. Let's move on. Okay, now you have some words in bold. This is all in bold. This is in bold, right? So on pages 53 and 54, look for words like this with a more of a, I guess, a darker black, if you will. I don't know, black could be so, darker, but those words in bolds, where do they go here? So I'm going to read this without the answers. In Minnesota, artists have a new place to show their work. The Artists in Storefronts project turns blank or vacant storefronts into mini galleries. Over 160 local artists have shown their paintings, sculptures, and other artwork in empty store windows. Artists also do interactive art projects in blank spaces, similar to those created by Candy Chang. The organizers hope this blank will make blank more attractive and will also improve the local community. Okay, look for those words in bold. Where do they go? Take as long as you need. Pause now. Okay, welcome back. You should have looked at those words in bold and tried to find the right place for them to go in this paragraph. Okay, in Minnesota, I'm going to read quickly now. In Minnesota, artists have a new place to show their work. The Artists in Storefront project turns abandoned or vacant storefronts into mini galleries. Now, to abandon, the verb, means to just leave it, right? Just put it somewhere and walk away. Right? I abandoned my house. I just left my house and never came back. But here, abandoned, this describes the building. It means the same thing with just left. Okay, so it turned abandoned or vacant storefronts into mini galleries. Over 160 local artists have shown their paintings, sculptures, and other artwork in empty store windows. Artists also do interactive art projects in public spaces, similar to those created by Candy Chang. The organizers hope this initiative will make neighborhoods more attractive and will also improve the local economy. Okay, for as long as you need to copy this, you can pause now. Okay, you've unpaused. Let's move on. All right, so here we go. Definitions. what do they mean? Right? What does reach out mean? What does sticker mean? Messages, reaction. Pretty easy, especially since sticker, everybody knows what that is. Messages, I mean, here, let me, messages, on your phone. Reaction, you should know what that means. Okay, but for as long as you need, pause now. Okay, welcome back. You should already have the answers to this, what the words mean. All right, reach out means to try to connect with others. Okay, sticker, that's pretty easy. There's a bunch of them here. And that would be a label with a type of glue on the back to stick, right? Messages, I showed you the phone earlier. It can be text or not, or something that you actually write quickly on a piece of paper, or something you leave on the phone. That would be a piece of written or spoken information. And there's only one left, and that is reaction. And that would be something you say, feel, or do as a result of something that happens. Okay, so you don't need to pause here. I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm just gonna, one more time, C, D, A, B. Okay. Now we're going to get into the reading. We've been doing all this pre-reading stuff. What does the word mean? Where do the words in bold go? Things like that, Okay, and now finally, here it is, the actual reading. So this is Candy Chang's first project, I Wish This Was. Let's listen.
Art in a community. On a street in New Orleans is an old building. It used to be a grocery store, but now it is vacant. On the boards covering the windows are stickers. Each sticker says, "I wish this was." Someone has written "full of food" on one of the stickers. When we think of public art, we often think of sculptures or other large works of art in city centers. Candy Chang's public art, however, is somewhere else. Chang makes her art in a city's older or poorer neighborhoods. She uses the outside walls of vacant buildings as her canvas. She paints, writes messages, or puts stickers on them. Chang wants to reach out to people with her art. She sees it as the start of a conversation with local residents. In 2010, Chang started the I Wish This Was project in New Orleans. Chang asked residents to look at the abandoned buildings in their community. She wanted them to think about what else could be there. She printed hundreds of small stickers and stuck them on these buildings. The stickers said, "I wish this was," in large letters, and included a space for people to write. Anyone could write anything. Chang was amazed at the reaction. Hundreds of residents wrote on the stickers. Some wrote, "I wish this was a grocery store." Another person wrote, "I wish this was heaven." There are many abandoned buildings in neighborhoods around the world. It's hard for residents to create a close neighborhood if the streets are full of empty buildings. By making art that gives residents a voice, Chang hopes to build stronger communities. Chang's art projects get residents thinking and talking about problems in their community. This initiative may help city planners to create better cities, ones that truly meet the needs of residents.
Okay, so, and just like all the other readings, there are words here on the bottom that, in case you don't know what the word means, there you go. And here it's canvas, sculpture. Okay, so this is the actual abandoned building. I believe it's the same one that I'm using here. But you can actually see like the whole street. Right. So here we go. Oh, and yeah, this is where it is. The city, as I said, is New Orleans. Okay, let's move on. Okay, here's a mural of the local musician Ernie K. Doe in Baywater district of New Orleans. Anyways, about the reading. So it says here 123, 124. That's the original book. This book was made for Yeungnam, so it's still 53, 54. Take a look at this, and let's move on. Here we go. So again, it should be 53, 54. About the reading, these are the main ideas of the reading. So, as usual, for as long as you need, pause the video now. Okay, welcome back. All right, you should already have your answers. And remember, for number 2, there are 2 check marks. So if you read the directions, you would see there are 2, not 1. All right, what does Chang hope her art projects do? She hopes to get people thinking about how to make their community better. And what are some ways Chang's art project has changed the community? And like I said, check the 2 results mentioned in the reading. And those are, people are talking about problems in their neighborhood. People are imagining things they can change in where they live. All right, so the answer is B, B, C. All right. So the purpose of the paragraph, so this is for each one, so paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and so on. So writers organize their thoughts into paragraphs so that readers can understand them better. When we read, it's useful to understand what a writer's purpose is for each paragraph. So the question is the same. What is the purpose of paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4? All right, so for as long as you need, so if you need to go back and look at the reading, I understand. But again, for as long as you need, pause your video now. Okay, welcome back. You should have gone back, looked at the reading, looked at paragraphs 1, 2, 3, and 4, and tried to find the purpose, or I guess kind of main idea, if you will, for each one. So what is the purpose of paragraph 1? To set the scene for the reading. What is the purpose of paragraph 2? To explain Chang's reasons for creating art. What is the purpose of paragraph 3? To explain how one of Chang's art projects works. And what is the purpose of paragraph 4? To explain how Chang's art has a useful purpose. All right. All right, so the answers are AB, BB. All right, here we go. So we have here a lot of stuff here, and as usual, some of them, the answers will not be the same for everybody, so answers will vary. So Candy Chang, hopes her art will give residents a voice. What does give someone a voice mean? How else could you say this? And in critical thinking, why was Chang amazed at the reaction to her project? What reaction was she expecting? Again, if you need to go back to the reading, go ahead, pause your video for as long as you need now. All right, welcome back. You should only have 2 answers. Remember, actually, I'll talk about that in just a minute. All right, give residents a voice, or to give someone a voice, to give someone a platform to share their thoughts, to allow them to say what they think. And why was Chang amazed at the reaction to her project, and what was she expecting? She was surprised at how eager people were to participate. She did not expect the wall to be covered with responses so quickly. Now, of course, as long as you wrote something like this, that's fine. So before you pause the video, please wait. For the number 2, in both of them, and number 3, as usual, these are things for you guys to think about. You know, what other ways are there to give residents a community voice? You know, what would you do, right? This is for you to think about. How might the neighborhood change as a result of Chang's project? And if you had a wish, this was, what would you, like if there was an abandoned building near you, what would you write? Like, okay, again, things for you to think about. Now, if you need to copy what I wrote, please pause your video now. All right, welcome back. Let's move on. Okay, so I said this in the TED Talk part, and I'll say it one more time. Yeah, just basically go to the TED.com. This is telling you to explore more. You can actually read about other things that she's done. Here, in this unit, we've actually learned about 2 things that she's done. There is more. You do not have to tell, okay, you do not have to choose one and tell us about it. And this is just, if you want to know more about her, if you want to see her TED Talk, please go to TED.com, or remember, I have direct links to all the TED Talks in the class folder. All right, so this means that I will see you in Zoom class. All right, so see you then. Bye.